SummerSlam. I was trying to think of something creative, but I really couldn't think of that one besides that. Anyways, this is SummerSlam 2019 coming somewhere in Canada. I forgot which one. Yeah, whatever that guy said.
Yeah, it's me.
Really? You were that guy that's from Toronto. So yeah,
Well,
the usual.
It's the first pay-per-view in Toronto since 2016.
Man, they do not like coming to pay-per-views in your country. What was the last pay-per-view they did in Canada?
Survivor Series 2016.
Survivor Series 2016. I think I remember liking that one for the most part.
Fucking hated that one.
And let me see, what was that?
You hated that one. The main event was Goldberg and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I remember that, but I think I actually liked Survivor Series matches. You know, the tag team Survivor Series matches, but not like the other matches. Like the singles matches was shit in that pay-per-view, but everything else was just fine. I think for the most part, that was just alright.
And then the very first pay-per-view in Canada was WrestleMania 6. But then again, we've had a lot of weekly television shows in Canada, the last one being August 28th, 2018. My bad. Nope. April 16th, 2019. Superstar Shakeup.
The Superstar Shakeup? Okay. Didn't know that. Alright.
I went to the house show in Canada. That's what you're thinking of.
Yeah, that's exact. Yeah, I know you went to one house show in Canada somewhere. Yeah.
But may I just say something? WWE, stop fucking going to Ontario. Come to fucking Alberta for pay-per-views. I have money. Me want to go to a pay-per-view in Alberta.
And how much? So how far is SummerSlam from to you? Like how far are you away from SummerSlam? Is what I'm saying.
It's just 3,300 kilometers.
That's a walking distance, right?
Oh yeah, it's a 33-hour drive.
Oh, actually, that's not too.
It's a 635-hour walk. I mean, it would only take me 26 days of continuous walking to get there.
So if you could just push right through it, you could have been there.
Anyways, last time at Extreme Rules, which was a mediocre at best pay-per-view.
Like I think I remember liking it for the most part.
Oh, also before we continue, it's the first time SummerSlam has been in Canada since 2004.
Since 2004. Okay. I don't really keep much in contact of time.
And the main event for that pay-per-view. Was Randy Orton and Chris Benoit.
Shh, don't get demonetized.
Shit, sorry. It was Randy Orton versus somebody that WWE wants to forget.
There we go. See? No demonetization there. See?
At Extreme Rules, if you don't want to hear a rundown of Extreme Rules that Charles won, time on screen now. Okay, with those assholes out of the way that didn't want to listen to us, Shinsuke and Finn Balor. Very odd choice for Shinsuke to win it out of nowhere, pretty much.
At first, I thought of that as well, but when I heard that Finn Balor is taking a couple months break away from WWE after SummerSlam, I think that's when it starts to make sense for Shinsuke winning, yeah.
But it was kind of just like that but it kind of just brought back the Shinsuke Rusev for the US title that they went back and forth for 2 days before Truth won it earlier this year.
Well, at least Shinsuke Nakamura has been holding it for longer than he did in his second run as US champion, so that's something.
Drew Gulak versus Tony Nese. Gulak was still new to the title. Hometown, I didn't think they were going to exchange it there, so that's pretty easy. Undertaker and Reigns defeated Shane and Drew. I wouldn't have necessarily called that the right decision, considering Drew's not even on the card for this pay-per-view.
It was actually a surprisingly okay match for old part-timer like Undertaker, knowing what his recent matches has been like. But it's just like, the typical Undertaker and Roman Reigns winning, so expected it, Yeah.
Yeah. Also, there's no Roman on this pay-per-view yet. No Baron Corbin either.
And we all know why Roman Reigns is not on this pay-per-view. I mean, he was about to, but of course, something happened. If you watch, what's that thing?
Well, there's rumors of 3 possible matches going on for that. Believe it or not, the rumored matches for Roman are Roman versus Rowan, Roman versus Daniel Bryan, or even Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns versus Rowan and Daniel Bryan.
I'm honestly thinking it's still Buddy Murphy that's trying to kill Roman, per se. I don't know.
No, Dave Meltzer even reported it was Daniel Bryan. But Daniel Bryan got Rowan to do all the dirty work.
I don't believe that. I won't believe that until something is seen. I don't know. It's just the fact they shoehorned in Buddy Murphy into the storyline that made me believe that it was him.
Oh well, Buddy Murphy was shown at the scene of the incident for the forklift. I mean, it kind of makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what was the point of shoehorning him into the story if it's not going to be him? My prediction is Buddy Murphy did it. So,
anyways, next up would have been Revival versus Usos.
I don't really remember.
I mean, I don't know why. Aleister Black versus Cesaro.
That was actually a pretty good match.
A really good match.
Yeah, I just think it kind of ended too short. Like, and it was barely under 10 minutes. I would have given these guys at least like a 15, 17-minute match somewhere around there.
Oh yeah.
Prematurely.
Bayley defeated Nikki and Alexa for the SmackDown Women's Champion. It literally just came down to, SmackDown Superstar versus 2 Raw Superstars for the SmackDown Women's title.
Which is why it was pretty obvious Bayley was going to win.
Braun and Bobby, I mean, I don't necessarily think that was the right call.
I got to admit that.
Because Bobby's been being treated like shit.
That was a much more...
I honestly, after Charles said his prediction about it going to be a no contest or in a draw, I'm like, holy shit, that actually a good call.
I remember when I said that, I thought Braun and Bobby was going to be in a no contest. Just like, it happened back in the Royal Rumble 2004 pay-per-view between Triple H and Shawn Michaels. I thought that was how it was going to end. And, as soon as Braun pretty much pushed himself and Bobby off of the ledge and into the thing, I just knew that Braun was just going to pop out there, like in the last second or so, and win. So, I guess you could say, yes, I was wrong that it wasn't a draw, so that doesn't count as a point for me, but Braun Strowman won, so yay.
New Day winning the titles against Bryan and Rowan and Heavy Machinery. We all knew Heavy Machinery wasn't going to win, though, so that's it.
And they are pretty much...
But once again, I fucking shot myself in the foot. I said I thought it was going to be New Day. Then I'm like, Charles brings a good point with Daniel Bryan and Rowan retaining. Fuck it, Bryan Rowan. And sure enough, the New Day fucking won.
I just like to imagine that all this time, I actually didn't know New Day was going to win all along, but I just somehow twisted thoughts like that. I really didn't, but I just like to imagine myself that.
I know. Yeah. But I don't think that was the right call. Having Bryan and Rowan, if they retained, especially if they're doing especially if it's going to be Samoa Joe and Roman, they can become a tag team. That would be a really decent tag team, I think.
Yeah, because I think the only reason New Day had become tag team champions is because Kofi Kingston is the WWE champion, so I thought it would be this whole thing.
And that's what my original thought was too.
And I do agree that it was not the right choice. I think Daniel Bryan Rowan, they were pretty much really good as heel tag team champions, so getting everyone pissed off that they were holding it. So I thought, to continue this on for probably until Survivor Series or something like that. So I did believe the reign was a little cut short than it should have been, in my opinion.
Kevin Owens versus Ziggler. I mean, what the fuck?
You said Kevin Owens versus Ziggler? What a tremendous match that was. Very even and back and forth. No one.
The full 17-second match. Kingston versus Joe. I mean, Joe's on Raw, Kingston's on SmackDown for the WWE Championship. What do you fucking do? We all know Kofi was going to retain.
And what happened, a little bit after this, I was actually going to get involved in my prediction for this year's SummerSlam, but I'll get to that when I can.
Rollins and Lynch defeated Corbin and Lacey for last chance winner take all Extreme Rules mixed tag match for both the WWE Universal Championship and the Raw Women's Championship. Why the fuck did it have to be Seth and Becky? Both people are fucking overrated as hell. Becky's gimmick is awful. Seth's is just awful.
I think it's because, well, I think Lacey will eventually, maybe sometime next year win a women's championship sometime. But I think Baron Corbin, it's like, I think he's hated, but not like in the way like just like you love to hate him. I think a lot of fans just simply don't like him. I know he has his fans, I know, but I think not a lot of people really like him. And
look at Brock though. Everyone fucking hates Brock pretty much. And they're like, hey, you know what? Let's have Brock win the title again. That's the smartest thing to do.
I'm honestly not really even pissed off that happened because I just expected it. Like, I expected it to the point.
I'm glad Brock's champ. Brock's grown on me.
I expected
But fucking Seth has just ran his course.
I wouldn't say he grew on me, but it's just
and not to mention,
I wouldn't say he grew on me specifically, but it's just that it was just so expected by this point for it to happen that I wasn't even mad that it did, really.
Yeah. But then we had Brock defeating Seth with Brock's cash-in, which whoop-de-doo. That best thing of the night, honestly. I barely paid attention to this video. I fast-forwarded through a lot of the matches throughout the next day because I had I had company over. So I didn't really sit and enjoy the full pay-per-view, but I heard it was like an average pay-per-view at best.
I would say like above average, but it wasn't.
Oh shit! We forgot AJ Styles defeated Ricochet. I mean, bad call. Ricochet was still too new to the title and they just took it off him.
I think they're gonna go with a back and forth thing between him and AJ switching the titles, but I hope by the end of it, Ricochet does have a second reign and will keep it longer than his first time. But yeah, for the most part, that was a great match between Styles and Ricochet. All right, pretty much what you expect from these two. Oh yeah,
for sure. But anyways, that's enough chit-chatting about Extreme Rules. Short pay-per-view with 10 matches only. We'll probably get 2 more added throughout the week. As we're recording this on Wednesday, we'll probably get the tag championships on the line. But first up, Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship.
I mean,
I feel first of all, I think this is a pay-per-view with not many title changes. I only have 1 or 2 title changes this pay-per-view.
I have a few myself, but
I have like 1 or 2. This is not one of them. You know how bad Seth is injured, and I know it's probably all storyline, but I mean, he's miraculously not going to be 100%, which probably means Seth is going to win again. But I have Brock winning. I have Brock retaining.
Like, I think this is going to be the kind of match where Seth is not going to win. I'm also giving this to Brock Lesnar. But I think it's just going to be like the kind of match where it'll probably be like 15 minutes. Seth Rollins is pulling his heart out. He's getting injured, and he's going to, do his best size of broken ribs. But eventually, all will be for naught, as Brock Lesnar would retain. But I think it's going to be one of those matches where he'll have at least put a big supporting effort in despite his injury. So yeah, I'm giving this to Brock Lesnar to retain.
It wouldn't surprise me if Seth won though, because fucking WWE and indecisive shit like that.
I mean, I guess the only weapon he has against Brock is hitting him in the nuts. That's what he did back when he was 100%. So unless he wants to do that,
Next up, we have an actual rare submission match for a title. Becky Lynch versus Natalya for the Raw Women's Championship. I gotta say, this was the right call for a submission match.
I do agree. This is actually a very interesting as a submission match. But however, the very fact that this was a submission match actually changed my opinion on who I think is going to win, and I'll explain why. Like, just because, you know, they were in her home country and whatnot, I believe that's when Natalya might actually surprisingly won the Women's Championship because, you know, Canadian wrestlers really have a good record of pay-per-views in their home country. Just ask for Uncle Bret Hart. But I think about this, okay? Since it is a submission match, and I believe Becky has never tapped out, probably, I think, or at least when she became the man, she doesn't really have that kind of character where you can realistically see her tap out to anything. So, what I'm saying is this: if it was a normal one-on-one match, I would have said Natalya because I would have believed they want to have the home country girl won. But since it's a submission match, I don't really think they want to risk Becky looking, I'm not saying weak, but not have her tap out to anything. So because it's submission, I'm switching it to Becky Lynch, this one.
Also, fun fact, this is the first submission title match. This is the first submission match ever, pretty much, since Extreme Rules 2017. And that was Neville versus Austin Aries for the Cruiserweight title.
And that's Neville. And Austin, and what you said, Austin Aries? Oh my god,
yes.
Yeah, see, that's how you know that was quite a while ago.
Honestly, this is the title I went back and forth on. Like Charles said, when it was a normal match, it was I had Natalya winning for a pop, being in Canada.
Exactly.
I have this match actually going to Natalya, hometown pop. I don't have Natalya having a successful title run. I probably have her losing it the next night or the week after to Becky again, probably. But I just think it's hometown. Pay-per-views are not really held in Canada. I have Natalya winning this for a pop, pretty much. That's it.
Like, I would have had said Natalya winning for a pop as well. But as I said, I don't think we're going to see them risk Becky Lynch tapping out, making her weaker than Natalya. Because she's like,
Becky Lynch is over. Everyone hates it.
Like,
look at the cover for 2K20, dude. Everyone's criticizing why the fuck is it Roman and Becky? It should be one superstar. But the fact that they have Becky on there and Roman. Okay, attack me all you want. Does Roman deserve to be on the cover? No. I don't see him why he's on the cover. I think the only reason why he's on the cover is due to leukemia and how he's treated for that.
Yeah, good point.
Other than that, what has Roman did in WWE this year? And Becky, I mean, yeah, of course, everyone's gonna be writing Becky's fucking dick for that. I just have Natalya waiting for the pop, and Charles has Becky.
Yeah.
Next up, SmackDown Women's Championship, Bayley versus Ember Moon. Why?
Now, I'm gonna be honest, okay? I think they're gonna pull a shock.
Don't you?
I think they're gonna pull a shock for this one.
No.
Yes.
You.
I'm gonna get, because I have a feeling, okay? I think they want to have a bit of a pop and have a woman that's been deserving of a title run for quite a while, and I'm giving this to Ember Moon. I think this will be a title.
Really?
Really? Yes, I'm giving this to Ember. Why?
What the fuck? Okay, I can see where you're going. In the back of my mind, I'm always that one person thinking, okay, who's in next in line for a title shot then? With Bayley, it's hard to tell right now, right?
Yeah.
Ember, though, on the other hand, is like, who has Ember really feuded with recently? Oh, Mandy and Sonya. But wait, they're in the women's title team picture. Why? I don't mind Ember winning as Ember being champion, but I have Bayley retaining.
I think, well,
I can't see both women's. I can't see both women titles changing.
Well, I had one retaining, and this one, for me, it's a changing one because, like, I think
yeah. But I can't see both changing for me.
Just the way I see
I have Bailey.
I have Ember because I think they're actually gonna, because she's a great women's wrestler and she's been deserving of the title for quite a while, or at least a chance to win the title. And
shut the fuck up, Charles. Just stop right now before you make me change my mind now. Because as soon as I change my mind, it's gonna be fucking Bailey.
Okay. We'll leave it at this. You got Bailey, I got Ember Moon. I list my reasons why. Okay.
Probably one of the better matches on the card. Randy Orton versus Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship.
A long time rivalry.
Also, i.e. title change number 2 for me.
You serious? Really?
Yes.
Okay. Here's the thing, okay? I would have believed this how Kofi was going to lose at SummerSlam if his opponent was Samoa Joe. If it was Samoa Joe, I would have gone with him because I thought this would have been a great moment for a great SummerSlam moment for Samoa Joe to be WWE Champion. And Kofi Kingston's story of becoming WWE Champion, a part of it was because of Randy Orton. A little bit because of this year actually, when he injured Mustafa Ali, and way back in 2009 when Kofi was getting a huge push for Randy Orton due to backstage politics power, I think, to put Kofi down. So I think, okay, this might be the very last time Kofi could successfully retain his title because they want to put in the final, let's just say like the final feel-good moment in this title. Have Kofi defeat the guy that pushed him back all those years ago, and ironically kind of made him the champion as well. Like, that one clip where Randy Orton called Kofi stupid, during that match, which was the very moment that Kofi Kingston really got pushed back. So I think they want to make Kofi have one more like really happy, successful title retain, and have him beat Randy Orton, and then maybe lose in the next pay-per-view, depending on who is his opponent, of course. But I think this would be like the final, last happy piece of his reign. So for now, I'm giving it to Kingston to retain.
I'm saying Randy. Next up, we have Kevin Owens versus the best in the world, Shane McMahon.
And let's not forget the stipulation out onto this.
If Owen loses, he'll be forced to quit WWE. And for that reason alone, my pick, Kevin Owens, because they're not going to have Kevin Owens walk for the millionth time in the past year.
Because I don't believe that alone pretty much spoiled Arthur's point to win. Because I believe Kevin Owens is also going to retain. No, sorry, Kevin Owens is also going to win.
Retain, lol, idiot.
And since, Shane has been getting a lot of backlash as of late for being on TV too much, I think Kevin Owens might win this match and severely being Shane to the point where he has to, quote unquote, go away for a few months, something like that. It's basically a reason for him to be ran off TV. So I'm giving this to Kevin Owens to win.
That's pretty much a free point. Also, speaking of free points, Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt.
Wait a minute. Bray Wyatt wasn't introduced into this match. It was The Fiend. What the hell are you talking about?
Fuck off. It's pretty obvious who's going to win this match. As Charles said earlier, Finn is going to be taking some time away. So I feel like, why I say I feel, Bray's obviously going to win this and probably legitimately, quote unquote, injure Finn and have Finn get rid off TV for a bit. So my pick, The Fiend, Bray Wyatt.
After these Firefly Funhouse segments have gone, a lot of praise and a lot of love. Now, of course, people are actually loving the new Fiend gimmick.
I fucking love this.
Yeah. I don't really think Bray
Hey, Charles, what's the word of the day today?
Sociopath?
Sociopath. SOCIOPATH. Sociopath.
And after the whole praise of the Firefly Funhouse segments we're getting and Bray's new gimmick, I'm pretty sure they're not going to make him lose this loses his first match as the Fiend, so Bray Wyatt. And I hope finally they found something that can actually work for him and not just,
What do you mean you hope it's going to be Bray Wyatt? It's legitimately going to be Bray Wyatt, dumbass.
No. I mean, I hope they finally found the gimmick that's actually going to finally serve him right, and not just go away after about, 3 or 4 months as this new thing he's doing. Like how when he tag teamed with Matt Hardy sometime last year, they were doing great, and then about 4 months after that, he just went up to obscurity until now again, when he's now the Fiend. So I hope this can actually last him for at least a good year or something,
Yeah. Next up, AJ Styles versus the one and only Ricochet. I have AJ retaining.
I have AJ retaining as well. Nothing really else.
I don't like. Yes, I like what this is doing. I don't really like the OC and the OC. I mean, it kind of feels like it's forced on us now. But I mean, good on Gallows and Anderson becoming tag champs for the first time in ever. But remember, guys, if you want to be a WWE superstar, once you get into the WWE, get arrested and you'll get a title shot like the Usos did, and maybe even win like the Usos did back in Elimination Chamber or Royal Rumble.
I think it was Elimination. No, wait. No, it was Elimination Chamber, I think. It was Elimination Chamber, actually, yeah. And my pick was also on Styles because I believe this is going to be like a very back-and-forth thing between them. But I think, since AJ's the biggest star, they want him to win on SummerSlam, one of the big 4 pay-per-views. So I'm giving it to Styles as well.
Yep. Next up, we have Goldberg versus the show-off, Dolph Ziggler.
Why does this even exist?
First off, what the fuck?
And that was my
good job for the Miz for misleading Ziggler. As soon as he signed the contract, I can't wait to get my hands on you on next Monday night on Raw. Ziggler was like, what the fuck do you mean? We have a match at SummerSlam. Well, you didn't look at the contract, the fine print. I have someone else. Shawn Michaels. Well, it's not me. Everyone in the crowd already knew it was going to be Goldberg. That pop, though.
I was surprised to get that much of a pop, knowing people were not liking Goldberg as of late, especially after his match at Super Showdown. But I was...
Charles. We don't talk about that. Anyways, Charles, who was your pick?
I'm gonna think, of course, I'm gonna say this is gonna be like a 5-minute match at least. But Dolph might get 1 or 2 hits in, but ultimately Goldberg is gonna squash him. So Goldberg for me.
Fuck.
What?
When you said Ziggler, I was thinking, ooh, he's gonna say Ziggler. Yay, I win. Because my pick is also Goldberg.
I had to be on that because Goldberg is gonna lose the
Yeah. And also, it doesn't help the fact that Goldberg's going to stick around for a little bit longer post SummerSlam. So, I mean, that kind of gives some extra insight that it's going to be Ziggler losing.
I believe, Goldberg is pretty much just going to dominate the whole thing. Ziggler might probably get 1 or 2 moves in, but ultimately it's going to be a squash, like a 5-minute squash.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm giving it to Goldberg.
Yeah. Next up, we have the match that I'm pretty sure Charles has dreamt about for his entire life, pleasured himself the most. Trish Stratus versus Charlotte Flair. Also, before anything else, before Charles starts yapping on, I would like to point out how shitty this match got introduced. I even said on Twitter, and I'm going to go back to my tweets right now and legitimately quote my tweets because, god damn it, I posted it on Facebook. I'm not going to go back onto my Facebook and look at it. But I pretty much said how King's Court is going to go down. Jerry comes out, introduces Trish, asks Trish about being the greatest women's superstar of all time. Charlotte comes out and says, well, you're not the greatest. You're only a 7-time champ. I'm a 9-time women's champ. So suck on that, Trish. You're not the greatest. Trish has proven at SummerSlam, and sure enough, we got a match, and it's pretty much how that worked out. So Charles, do I even need to ask you who's going to win this match?
Actually, you'll be a little bit surprised.
No, you're not. You're not saying who I think you're going to say.
Okay, a little bit no, me and Trish Stratus, okay? I grew up
She gives Charles a boner.
I grew up watching Trish Stratus. I grew up loving Trish Stratus. I was a Trish Stratus fanboy. And I would even go out to say it, she's my all-time favorite women's wrestler. There was just something that I found really good about her talent. Her character development from being, just another piece of eye candy that couldn't really wrestle, all the way up into the end of her career, where she won 7 women's titles, showed her ability in the ring, and became a mega star along with Lita. And I would say she's definitely one of the biggest trailblazers for women's wrestling. I like her through her wrestling ability, to her championships, and to her a massive character development. In my opinion, well, not my opinion, she is my favorite women's wrestler of all time, and I don't believe there's nothing much that's going to pretty much take that away from her. However, I do believe, as much as I hate to say this, regrettably, I'm going with Charlotte. The reason because it's Charlotte Flair, and they want her to look like the most dominant woman that has ever existed in the WWE. And I think there's no way that I think they're going to improve that by beating a legend in women's wrestling from the past and Trish Stratus. And I know Trish Stratus, she's from Canada, so maybe they might make her win because, she's from the country. Maybe will beat Charlotte, but I just don't see it happening because, if it was let's say, for example, Natalya, or, okay, well, maybe not Natalya, someone like Mandy Rose, or Sonya Deville, or Liv Morgan, then I can see Trish winning, but this is Charlotte we're talking about, and sadly, I'm going to give this to Charlotte to win, but who I think is going to win is not the same thing on who I'm hoping to win. Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Charles? Do I need to remind you where the pay-per-view is?
Yes, I know it's in Canada, and Trish Stratus is from Canada, but as I said...
Well, no. Hold on. Let's see what Trish Stratus' Wikipedia page says, because, Wikipedia, where you can always trust sources.
Okay.
Trish Stratus, born December 18th, 1976, in Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
I know.
Where is SummerSlam being held? Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Well, I'm sorry, but maybe if they did not book
my
Charlotte,
pick,
don't get me wrong.
Trish Stratus, though. It's gonna be Trish. Hometown, huge pop if she wins. You know how many boos there will be if Charlotte will get death threats if she wins.
Don't get me wrong, I wanted to be Trish no matter what, but if they did not book Charlotte to be the most dominant female to have ever existed like they wanted her to be... Trish is gonna knock some sense into her. I hope so. I really hope Trish actually does win this. I actually am hoping that I'm wrong, but when it comes to, Charlotte, if it was I'll say this again, if it was one of the Iconics, if it was Liv Morgan, if it was Sonya Deville, if it was Asuka.
Don't talk about Liv in a jobber sense, asshole.
I'm just
Liv deserves better.
I would have said it was Trish, because not in a jobber sense, but it's because Trish is a legend sense. But with Charlotte, I don't know, man. I just can't make it past that they're gonna push Charlotte to win. I'm gonna hate it if she wins, of course, but I can't help but have that feeling.
Everyone's gonna fucking hate it. Next up, Drew Gulak versus Oney Larkin for the Cruiserweight. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Fuck the Cruiserweights, Kappa. I'm gonna pick Drew Gulak.
And I'm gonna pick Drew Gulak because he's gonna win the title because Drew.
But overall, weird pay-per-view. You don't have Roman, Samoa Joe, other person I'm trying to think of right now, Baron, no Lacey. Really? It's tough to say. But overall, I feel like it's gonna be a mediocre pay-per-view at best.
SummerSlam has always been my least favorite out of the big 4 pay-per-views. Mainly because out of all of them, it feels the most like just another pay-per-view, except it's the big summer pay-per-view, but for the most part, I think this might be okay for the most part. The only reason why I will fall in love with this pay-per-view is if Trish does beat Charlotte. If Trish does beat Charlotte, 10 out of 10 automatically. Please win. But
oh yeah,
I think this is just really going to go down to execution for this one. It has potential to be great. It has potential to be horrible. Let's just see how much they listen.
Anyways, that's all we have for this pay-per-view. Yeah, I mean, well, come Sunday, we'll find out how that is. Anyways, I've been Ryan.
And I'm Charles. See you at SummerSlam.